Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Your job will be to tell the rest of them that death is coming for them tonight. Tell them Eric Draven sends his regards.
That's right.
That's right, kids. After a long break, Salty and Petty has been resurrected by the Crow. Welcome back to another episode. She is a little bit salty.
He is a whole hell of a lot of petty, and together we are the Salty and Petty Podcast. Duh.
That's right. I don't need that damn crow. Pettiness keeps me invulnerable.
Pettiness is his superpower.
And once again, if you couldn't tell from that ham-fisted intro, yes, we are discussing one of my all-time favorite movies, The Crow, for your Halloween season.
For spooky season.
So
this movie makes me so sad.
Why? Oh, because this is the one he died while filming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like when I think about his dad and like how he just had like such a huge cultural impact and stuff. Like,
oh yeah.
That could have been him, and like how his sister Shannon, for a while she was in the spotlight, but I think it just got to be too much for her. Like if you know about the Lee family, so I don't really want to get into it. But it's not a conspiracy. It's like kind of proven facts. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, it just makes me kind of sad when I think about the whole family and like what their legacy could have been.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember when this movie came out, I was kind of pissed because like my friends went and saw it without me because I was busy one night. And I was like, they're like, how dare you? I wanted to go see this.
I don't think I actually ever saw this movie until like probably 2000.
Really?
Yeah, and then I didn't even read the actual comic book until like 2005.
You know what? I didn't read the comic until a few years after, but yeah, so yeah, I also saw the movie first, but yeah, I saw it. Yep.
It gives Spawn just a little bit, but like in a way cooler, more emo gothy way.
Oh, definitely.
Whereas Spawn is just like grotesque body horror kind of thing. This is just like very emo, industrial goth emo kind of thing for sure. Mm-hmm. I love the aesthetic. It's such a beautiful movie. It really is. Just
it is.
Frame for frame, it's gorgeous.
I mean, I love this movie so much. Even like I let the 1994 visual effects go.
Yeah. Although, if you know anything about 1994 movies, it's not that bad.
No, that's what I'm saying. By today's standards, I mean you can see like the background, but yeah, 1994, no, not bad at all. Yeah, it came out May 11th, 1994. Box office $94 million US dollars.
That ain't bad.
Mm-mm.
On a 23 million budget. And this movie's beloved to this day. And I think one of my favorite things about this movie is that it's one of the few movies that's actually filmed like actually within the city limits of Detroit, not the suburbs, but like the actual city. You can see, like, if you know Detroit, then you can see like a lot of landmarks and stuff, which is really cool. Nice. I think that's probably why Charlie liked it too. Probably because The Crow held a special place in his heart. So I think that's probably one of the things that made it kind of special to him. Hell, he was probably like snooping around set.
Oh yeah.
It's always been a big deal when like things shoot in Detroit, specifically like when John Cena did that one police movie in Detroit. It was like it's a big thing when people just choose to shoot in Detroit. So the locals are really hospitable for it. So
what's nice that that was supposed to be Detroit and they actually shot in Detroit, right? Yeah. I mean, we were discussing Devil's.
Because they could have just went right over the border like everybody else does. Like, I'm like, babes, that's Toronto. That's not New York. You can't fool me. I know.
Devil's Night, they're burning down Detroit.
Well, yeah, that was like a real thing. I think they stopped it, but like Devil's Night was like a real thing in Detroit. I think it's a real thing in other places too, but like this was like a big deal, but especially in the early 90s.
In some places it's just like petty vandalism, but yeah, I know, Detroit, they're burning stuff down.
Yeah.
And again, if I hear any crap from any of you, like you, Ray, if you haven't seen this movie, go see this movie, find it. I mean,
and then read the comic. I think you get appreciation for reading the comic after the book. Like, I think the movie is its own thing, but it does like take inspiration but like it's a different beast. But I don't think I would have, if I would have read the comic, I don't think I would have ever like watched the movie. Just because the aesthetics of the comic are a little even more like extreme. Like, this is 1994 when like it wasn't think of the children, it was a do what you want kind of thing. Like, this is brutal. Like, the first 10 minutes of this movie, are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, I mean we jump right to it at the beginning. I mean, Eric
like,
Draven,
they weren't messing around.
No, they got killed right away.
Yeah. This thing has 3 sequels in a television series, allegedly. Really? I only know of the second one where it's the girl. Is that the second one where it's the girl?
Yeah.
Or is that the third one?
No, it's the second one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the only one that I actually have seen, but I'm pretty sure I fell asleep because I was so mad watching it.
I don't.
And it's not any shade to the actress that did it. Well, actually, it kind of is. It kind of gives me, if you've ever seen The Second Cycle with Mila Kunis, it's exactly the same. That is the blueprint. And it just was like, no, babes, that's not what I signed up for.
Yeah, because the second.
It is a cash grab. It's just like, you should have just left it be. But when did the TV show come out? Somebody was telling me that. I'm like, what? No.
I didn't watch it, but hold on.
Oh, it had to be the mid 2000s, wasn't it? I feel like
it might have been early 2000s. Like The Crow Stairway to Heaven, 1998.
Yeah. Okay.
One season. Surprise.
Stairway to Heaven, like what? Oh, I don't know a single person in this show.
No, and again, I didn't watch it. That damn thing.
What did this air on?
What?
Tubi before Tubi? Like, it's Canadian. That's why.
It was probably syndicate. Yeah, so I was gonna say it was one
of those weird syndication things back in the day. Yeah. Okay, that's probably why I never heard of it.
I was gonna say I didn't watch this. How did they squeeze a whole season on this?
Well, I have no idea. It's kind of like when they did the follow-up comic book for The Crow. Like, while it's beautiful, it's its own thing. I think it's a shame that they had to put the Crow's name on it, because without the, like, you're judging it too harshly with the Crow name attached to it, when it's its own, like, kind of self-contained story, and it did feel cash grabby. And that wasn't too long ago. I think that was, like, back in 2015 or 2016 or something like that, where they tried to do, like, The Crow, like a spinoff of a limited series for like The Crow, and I'm just like, this would have been better if it was just its own thing. And I think that's like what people have to realize with a lot of things. It's like, yeah, you could slap a name on it, but you're gonna piss the fans off.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Birds of Prey, aka the Fabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn. Yeah.
But I remember. I mean, the cast. I mean, of course, Ernie Hudson. I mean, come on.
Yeah, bro. I need an Ernie Hudson renaissance. Like, everybody else is getting a renaissance. When is my Ernie Hudson renaissance? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Immediately. I need it.
I know. I mean, he's been showing up places. I mean, he showed up in that last Ghostbusters movie. He's on.
Yeah, but like, he's always a sidekick. Like, I need him to.
Well, he's on Quantum. He's on Quantum Leap now. He's the guy running the project and stuff.
You know how I feel.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, he's still around. He's still. I was gonna say we need a Ernie Hudson interview. I know I don't ever get it, but
you shockingly might. You never know. Throw your feelers out there. Have Rob do it. Oh, matter of fact, have Molly do it.
Yeah, I'm sure Rob has a friend of a friend who knows Ernie Hudson. I'm sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be. Wait, is Ernie Hudson from Chicago? They might have went to high school together.
Oh, Todd knows him. No, he doesn't remember Rob, but he remembers Todd Stash. Oh, and again, this is my favorite movie. I watch it every so often, and it's like,
every spooky season. Mama's here. Oh my God, Ernie Hudson is 77 years old. Yeah. Hello, Cat Daddy. Second of all, he is from Benton Harbor, Michigan. So he's a Midwest boy. That's actually not too far from Chicago, though. Low-key.
But no, I watch this all the time, and I forgot Tony Todd is in this movie.
Yeah, well, how could you forget that?
I don't know.
I mean, I know, but like
dressed like a pimp.
Yeah, well, if you know anything about Tony Todd's like early career, like yeah, it's a lot of credits, but it's not a lot of credits.
I mean, hey man, it's a supernatural thing. I mean, of course we're gonna get Tony Todd here.
Yeah.
This movie though, I mean, I love this movie, but there are some weird parts. Like,
do you know the tagline to this movie, which makes it so even more like goth/emo? It can't rain all the time.
Yes.
How early 90s is that tagline? It's cringe, but like in the best possible way.
Because we got to call back to that line in dialogue.
Yes, of course.
And like I love the soundtrack to this, but they also did like a score, and I think do I still have the score? I know I still have the soundtrack. It was like the first CD I got, but no, the score. Like if you get the score, I think they put like that song on there. It's what she's playing on the vinyl she's playing.
Yeah.
Where she hears that it can't rain.
Yeah, it's The Crow. If you want to look for it, it's The Crow : original motion picture score, and it is so heartbreakingly beautiful though.
Oh yeah,
it really is. The cover of Love Will Tear Us Apart, just by Joy Division. That's who covers it. It's just during his like resurrection scene. That's one of my favorites. So.
Oh yeah. But again,
there's what's that 9 Inch Nails one? I think they do. I think Joy Division does Dead Souls. Maybe I think. Is
the actual. Are you talking about the actual soundtrack or?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a lot of covers.
Dead Souls by 9 Inch Nails. Yeah. Because. Rage Against, I still have that, my very first soundtrack. Again, it's 90s, kids. You love your 90s soundtrack.
Pantera, yeah. If you know, you can go anywhere in the 90s.
Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rollins Band.
Oh.
With a little song called Ghost Rider, kids.
Yeah. I don't know. This is just it's one of those. This is one of those movies that are literally like a time capsule. Yes. And I think when people talk about this online, for whatever reason, you hear a lot of like Batman '89, Tim Burton's kind of comparisons, and it's just kind of like, well, it was like 5 years prior. I don't.
Well, again, remember,
but we really didn't get superhero movies like that, and I don't think most people even knew going into it that it was like quote unquote a superhero movie.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people,
which is why I think it did so well, honestly, at that time.
Yeah, the general audience didn't know, and just again, there were the Batman comparisons just because it was 1994, and the only thing we had like this, like
that dark and gothic kind of,
the Keaton movies, yeah. So I mean, it was kind of a compliment.
Like I am not even familiar with this director. This is literally the only movie I know that he's ever made. But I feel like he made something else. I think it's like iRobot. I might be tripping, or Dark City or something like that.
I don't know.
Like if you ever look up the guy that makes this, it's shocking. You wouldn't think. You wouldn't think he'd be the the guy that directed The Crow. But yeah, like he's done a couple of like offbeat movies, but like I think he's most known for this one. And this is very interesting that this is like a Miramax film too. Like
Dark City, iRobot, Knowing from 2000.
Oh, that Nicolas Cage movie, yeah. Gods of Egypt, I think from 2016 with Russell Crowe. I think that's the one that I looked it up and I was like, what? No way! The guy that did The Crow did this crap? Wow. He must have needed a paycheck.
Well, again, you get the right source material, and
Or he might be Mel Gibson and overly fanatically religious in all the wrong ways. Speaking of which, have you watched The Continental yet?
No, not yet.
Just as a trigger warning, Mel Gibson is in it. In case you have problems with Mel Gibson.
Oh my. But the one of the things about this movie, I'm just like, okay, if you say you've never read the comic, which I didn't when I first saw this, and it's like, unless you look at the end credits, you wouldn't know the name of the main villain.
Yeah,
they never mention his name once.
I like that.
No, I know, but like T-Bird and the others, it's always like the man or who nobody. His name is never mentioned once in this movie. Top dollar.
That's why, because it's corny. It will take you right out of it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so glad they actually did it.
What? Oh yeah. You think
this movie is all vibes and atmosphere in the best way possible.
I mean, I'm sorry. And Top Dollar, who has a unhealthy relationship, shall we say, with his half sister.
Hey man, I told you it's like 33 states where it's legal to marry your freaking first cousin. Not even a joke.
Oh, they're having threesomes and killing girls. Oh, yeah, this was a thing.
Yeah, like I still like I just can't get over that like they didn't like. Well, I don't think NC-17 was a thing in '94 because that opening scene where they get murdered and do all that, and yeah.
Yeah, but I mean they're not over the top with it. I don't think. I mean, like what do you think would be NC-17? I mean, nothing bothers you.
I'm just saying because like.
I don't think there's like an over amount of like blood or gratuitous.
If you look at comparatively to like all the other movies like that around this like caliber of R-ratedness, it's probably top 5.
Yeah, but again, like that scene, when he shows up, the big fight scene where he's like just all the gangs are there and stuff, and he's just going through them with like the swords and stuff. I mean, a lot of that is in the dark though too. So
yeah, that is true.
Although I think some of the scenes, like if you look, some of the scenes you won't get like a clear shot of his face, or a lot of the scenes are.
Well, that's because a lot of that's stunt double work.
Yeah.
Also, there's 2 different versions of this movie. Did you know that? There's one that's
really?
103 minutes, and then there's a one that's 122 minutes. And even then, there's so many scenes cut out. I forget which character was it. I want to say the one that does like the Skull Cowboy, the spirit guide. They cut a lot of that stuff out. I know Michael Berryman was mad as hell, but they paid him. So, but yeah, a lot of things got cut from this movie, and it's so crazy because I always wanted like a director's cut of this movie.
But a lot of these things are shot in darkness because it wasn't fully filmed when Brandon Lee passed away. So they didn't have to use like doubles and stuff to finish this.
Yeah, like the stunt work doesn't actually stand out to me, which is what kind of surprised me. Thinking about it.
Yeah, I think they go more for the theme. He's back from the dead. He's invulnerable.
Yeah, he's just a guy. It's just a guy that a bad thing happened to that they resurrected. He wasn't like a actual like you know what I mean.
Yeah. Jesus Christ walked in the hotel.
Oh man, this movie has some great quotables for
sure. Yeah, me and my friends would always quote this movie. Yeah. Especially some of the villains and stuff. Oh my god,
Michael Wincott, poor guy.
Let's have a moment of retrospective silence for poor old Tintin. Here I got a quick impression for you. Caw, bang, F, I'm dead.
Well, no, and the crazy thing is like right before this movie, which is one of my favorite movies ever, it's The Three Musketeers. That's him. And then another one of my favorite movies, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves from 1991. And I'm just like, they went and drug poor Michael. That's a bad guy. Which is like, I think it might have been like a very refreshing change of pace for him because he kind of, he doesn't really do
I thought he did a good job as the
he did a great job. But I just remember that thinking, I was like, I like this guy. I've seen him in a lot of stuff that I like him in. Ooh, that's the one that stuck. That's the one that stuck.
Oh yeah, there are so many cool quotes in this thing. Makes Fun Boy shoot himself. Look what you did to my sheets.
You know what? It gives me gothic Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if you love action movies, if you love revenge movies, most of all, you'll love this movie. Vigilante justice. There's so much in this.
Yeah.
What was it? John Polito is Gideon the pawnbroker. Because then again, it's like the top dollar. It's like Eric would have left him alone if he hadn't gone after Sarah. He just wanted the 4 guys who actually killed him and his fiance, and he would have been, I'm gone.
Yeah. A lot of people think that the characters in the movie are one dimensional, and I'm just like,
No.
well, I mean, what do you want from them? Like it's a revenge story.
I mean, it's a supernatural. He was literally brought back to get revenge. What else did you want him to do?
I mean, that's it. That's the plot. Let's get it. Like,
yeah.
I think some people just can't take especially like older movies from the 90s at face value. Like, oh, this aged badly. I'm like, no, things don't have to. Like, I've just come to the conclusion that things are meant for when things are published. Like, I don't think there's a single movie that on that 100 greatest FII list is actually timeless and classic and relatable, because Gone with the Wind is still on there. So
what I'm saying?
Like, that's timeless. That's classic.
That literally just gets grandfathered in because it's 100 years old. But no, is it too? It's just like modern audiences are just used to the decompression of our movies, and stuff's like 2.5 hours or more long, and
yeah, I don't know what it is, but like I just feel bad for people who can't just kind of like look at this movie and take it for what it is and just kind of see the beauty in it.
I know,
and that's why I don't care about film critics anymore. Like Roger Ebert and Siskel and Ebert were my guys, and just like people don't review movies like that anymore. It's just all hot takes and listicles.
Yeah. Oh, I forget. Was this on Paramount? It was on one of the streamers so you can stream this, but I always try to keep.
I hope it's not Paramount, because why Miramax had to actually distribute this movie because Paramount backed out.
Okay, no, I can't.
So
remember.
That's crazy. If Paramount, like 30 years later, is like, "Hey guys, we'll do it for you."
I can't remember who it was, but I also like to keep a physical copy. But like my DVD was so old, I guess. I think it was even like a DVD-ROM or something. It wasn't working on the Blu-ray.
Oh, with the interactive stuff.
The movie wouldn't play, so I was just like, "F it, I'm gonna buy a new copy." So, kids, I went on Amazon. $10. I got a Blu-ray with a digital code. So,
nice.
This movie. So yeah, so you can get Blu-ray and a digital copy for $10 on Amazon.
I prefer to do my own digital copies, if you know what I'm saying.
But
it's nice that they do that. I remember like Warner Brothers was doing that with like all the animated stuff for the longest time. I mean, you get it early, they would give you the digital code and then get the physical.
I mean, I would have been happy with Blu-ray, but I was like, $10 and you get both.
1984. I don't know. This movie already like honestly like we were saying, like you can forgive it because the story is good and the action is good and everything, but I don't think they shot it good enough to be transferred to Blu-ray.
That you know what? It actually doesn't look bad. It doesn't look that bad in Blu-ray at all. No.
Okay.
No, it's much.
Because like when they remastered Star Trek: The Next Generation, like the first 3 seasons, I'm just like, is it though? And then like the rest of the seasons are fine, but like the first 3, I'm just like,
Well, that was the other reason too. I was like, I want to see what this thing looks like in Blu-ray, and it looks pretty damn good.
Okay, good to know.
Like I said, I could see like some of like the blue screen, like the green screen and stuff. But I mean, besides that, no, it looks good.
Somebody said I remember a review, and I think it's one of the quintessential reviews. It says that the Crows, Detroit, as portrayed in The Crow, makes Gotham City look like Emerald City. And I go, well, yeah. I think that's like that should literally be on the back of the box. Okay, it should be on the back of the DVD box for sure. That's a compliment. Little do they know that's a compliment.
What did you think of Rochelle Davis as Sarah?
I mean, really about Sarah, but okay.
I mean, for a kid actor, I thought she did a decent job.
Yeah. I mean, she's a kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, not anymore.
You know what
but
they say? Never work with kids or animals. You know, they'll upstage you every time.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, yeah, she's no kid anymore. I mean, she's 2 years younger than me, so. You old yet, kids?
Yeah, I do actually. Like the minute I felt old was when Amy Acker, who plays like Fred from Angel, like they had her on freaking The Gifted playing the mom, and I'm like, nope, I reject this energy. Absolutely not.
No, kid. She almost came up here and Lilith almost came up here and murdered me when I saw something online and pointed out. It's like, oh, now today Will Wheaton is older than Patrick Stewart was when Star Trek Next Generation started.
Just like, shh, keep that to yourself.
You know what? I think that's like previous generations didn't realize how old they were because they didn't have the internet.
Yeah.
It would have lived blissfully in their memories.
Did she ever go on to do anything else?
Let's see.
I don't think she I don't think she did. I think she wasn't she one of the people that actually witnessed that? I know the guy Michael Massey who did the shooting. He took I think like a year or two off from acting.
Oh. I don't know if she witnessed it.
I think that was the story that I had seen about her because like you know how I was like, oh, I wonder whatever became of that kid, you know. I saw her at a convention, but it was a long time ago. I'm talking a good 12 years ago at least.
After the death of Brandon Lee on the set of The Crow, she had to return to the set in order to film the scene in which Eric Draven says, "Sarah, I do care," with a body double in the character of Draven. But and she took a long break until 2009. So
yeah, that tracks about the last time.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be hard. I mean, if you're actually there to like film a movie, yeah. So, like I said, I think it's the scene where he's standing on the table and they're all shooting at him. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I mean, it's completely different than like Alec Baldwin. They're just like, oh.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. And again, this was 1994. I mean, yeah, today we should have more safety.
Specifically because.
Yeah, that and two, it's like we can do so much more with special effects now too.
Cause you know like why we have railroad crossings?
Because people wouldn't stop when they saw a train coming.
Yeah, like James Manfield's died because of that. You know, Mariska Hargitay's.
Oh, that's how she. Okay.
Yeah, like she has like something to do like they're like she died like a railroad crossing and like they like revamped everything about it. Although I mean that was like 60 years ago, so they should probably revamp it again. But yeah, it's just kind of weird like things that or like why we have Amber Alerts and things like that. Like you know what I mean? Like there's always like a precedent for something.
Well, I mean that's all we always get more and more safety stuff because there's always going to be some dumbass who you know, whether it's accidental or people are just stupid. It's just
like if you've ever worked like a factory job or something and you're watching the safety video, you're just like, what asshole would actually do this? And then like you're doing your job for about 3 months and then you see the asshole that they made the video for. Yeah. You're just like,
I see those.
It was you. Because of you, I had to sit through 3 hours of safety videos. Okay.
I've seen the safety videos. I mean, it's not stuff from where I work, but they will just show like examples of like someone's like up on a ladder, but meanwhile the ladder's like sitting on like 2 more ladders going across or something. It's stupid like that.
And if you ever drive past a construction site, you just casually look around. You'll see some crazy stuff, man. Just like somebody didn't want. I hope Ocean don't see that. But yeah, I think this is one of the best like movies for like spooky season for sure. It's just like if this is like the first movie that you watch, it sets the mood perfectly. Like I just can't get over how like the atmosphere is just so perfect in this movie. But like, you want to know the crazy thing? Do you know how many people like they kind of went through thinking about? I always think about like, oh, if River Phoenix would have actually done this, or if Johnny Depp did it, or if Christian Slater did it. I think even Bon Jovi, I think they said was in like the running. Huh. And I was like, thank God they didn't because he was terrible on Ally McBeal. I literally hate Bon Jovi because of Ally McBeal. Like. No.
Yeah, and again, he's
Although, to quote Dean from Supernatural, Bon Jovi rocks on occasion.
And again, I mean, it's just hard to imagine anyone else in this role.
But like, I could. The only person I really could see is actually River Phoenix, maybe. And they both like had really like tragedies. But yeah, so one doesn't half of another,
Yeah, I was gonna say I could see Johnny Depp hamming it up a little too much.
Oh, like if I picture Johnny Depp, all I see is his Willy Wonka version doing this. Honest to God, like that's what I picture the Crow with Johnny Depp being.
Yeah, it would have been a little too much over the top, probably.
Although back in the '90s, when he was in his rock star era, he was not that hammy.
Okay,
So
yeah,
maybe.
Trying to remember, yeah. But I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, do you think? I mean, I would still love this movie.
I don't think it would be as iconic with anybody else. I think it was a really big deal.
Do you think
because Brandon was doing a lot of movies, but they weren't really like.
Do you think
action?
His death gives it more attention too?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But see, this is what I mean. Like, had he lived, I think that this would have been a successful franchise.
Oh yeah.
That's the crazy thing. It's like it's that double-edged sword. It's like, is this movie more known because of Brandon Lee's death, or is it just like actually like people resonate with it for whatever reason outside of that?
Yeah.
Or in spite of it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's themes in this movie people identify with too. It's like love and revenge and.
Yeah, like I said, like it's very base human emotion. Like it's at the like most basic level, but like I said, everything doesn't have to be like deep. Everything doesn't have to be a freaking Tolstoy novel, you know?
Yeah, no. And again, it's like, what's the point? He gets brought back from the dead to get revenge, you know?
It is a revenge story. And that, like I said, the source material, it's a limited series comic book, you know? You don't want to work with.
Yeah, exactly. You know, exactly. How much more do you want? He kills a bunch of guys. He says goodbye to his friend or two, you know?
And I think if I remember right, I was reading some stuff about the sequels, and they said that they tried to incorporate more of like some scenes from like the comic books or something like that too. Where this movie really didn't go out of its way to do so.
Yeah. After the second
one, and that's okay.
After the second one, I don't know if I saw any of those sequels. If I did, I blocked it out. No, the second one, it's Sarah, but she's like grown up, and she meets like another guy who become, you know, like the next Crow. It's like a guy, him and his son get killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes place in L.A.
Get it?
That hive of scum and villainy. Yes, Crow sequels. Yes.
What's worse than Detroit? L.A. in the '90s, baby. If you know, you know. That is a literal hell math. Buffy had it right. Or in this case, Angel had it right.
Yes. But yeah,
I think everything about this movie is like iconic. It's just kind of weird, like how a lot of people just didn't really, like, they went on to do things, but not like big things for the most part, outside of like Tony Todd and like Ernie Hudson. I
mean, everyone I've talked to would see like they either love this movie, and anyone who doesn't love it's because I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's a lot of people who haven't seen this movie.
I think if it wasn't on your radar, it kind of, you know, if you didn't see the first one, it.
I don't think I've ever been scrolling through like a streaming service and have seen it. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like if you like when you're on Netflix, you see that dumb. What is that dumb movie? It's like Arrival or. You know, it's like it's catered to your taste. So if The Crow isn't in your taste, then you're definitely not gonna see it.
Yeah, like I had to look for it. I forget which. There was one of the streamers it's on. I forget which one, but I mean, kids, I love this movie so much. I usually just do one rewatch before one of these episodes. I rewatched this twice before we did this episode.
But I got mesmerized by the score and just like going through the soundtrack and stuff. This was just like such a nice watch.
Oh yeah, lots of music. Which again, it's, you know, he was part of a band, so.
The Crow is actually on Paramount Plus. Like, I cannot believe the nerve of Paramount.
Yeah.
I cannot believe PP Plus has it.
Oh my God.
To South Park.
Yes. Keep reminding me of that. We need to call that PP Plus.
Yes. That's what I'm just like, oh, when I'm looking for it. I'm just like Peacock is Tiny Dick. Like, just.
No, little PP Plus.
Yeah, PP
Plus. But again, yeah, every so often I watch this movie. I almost have it memorized, and it's still not. Again, I had to rewatch. I rewatched this twice just because I loved it so much. Oh my God! But is it like just like the, you know, Top Dollar's half sister, the stereotypical mystic Asian woman,
Bai Ling, baby, she was everywhere in the early 90s. Wasn't she like America, most beautiful woman or something like that?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure she was. I just don't remember what year.
But I mean, that's the other that's the other thing. You don't even know her name either, unless you check the credits and stuff.
Yeah.
She was in The Crow, Nixon, Red Corner, Crank, High Voltage, Dumplings, Wild Wild West, Anna and the King, Southland Tales, and Maximum.
She was also on. She ruined my TV show Lost. So.
Oh yeah, she was on Entourage and Lost. Yes.
I wouldn't say she ruined Entourage because everybody was playing a parody of themselves for the most part, which is what I loved about Entourage. But I think it's not okay to like Entourage anymore. But I still like it. If people are still going to see Alec Baldwin movies, I can like Entourage. If people are still supporting Drake, I can like Entourage. If people are still supporting The Rock, I can like Entourage.
Oh, wow. In a 2009 interview, Bay claimed that she is from the moon where her grandmother lives. I'm not really in reality. I'm in my own universe and my mind's a million miles somewhere else, she stated, further explaining why I feel like I come from the moon is because my mother told me I was found somewhere. She believes that when she looks up at the moon, she can often spot her grandmother there, still living in her childhood home.
Bro, you know who I used to get Bai Ling confused with? Bjork. I don't know why. As a little kid, I used to get those two in my mind mixed up all the time. I'm like, one's the crazy musician, the other one's the crazy actress.
Oh, okay, of course. In 2011, she appeared in the 5th season of the VH1 reality television series Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew.
I remember. Listen, we should do a deep dive on VH1 reality shows, cause baby, I'm talking Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, Charm School, Celebrity Rehab. Oh my God, it was so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah, so.
It's so bad that the real world's not a thing anymore. Instead, the spinoff of the spinoff of the spinoff, the challenge is the thing that stuck around. Like, I could talk about that. That's a rabbit hole I could go down.
And again, I know certain companies are owned like many television stations, but if I was to hear see one more commercial for like the 20th season of Jersey Shore, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah,
they're 100 now. Why do we need to see this?
Was it like which one was like old to begin with? Was it Pauly D that was like the oldest one anyway?
Old here. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm just like, aren't they all a million now? I'm like, what? Aren't they
all married with kids now? Like, what the hell?
About these parts.
Isn't Snooki married with kids and the other girl too?
I think a bunch. Some of them are. Yeah. But I'm just like, that must be the only thing that's gotten them any one of the only things.
Well, that and ridiculousness for your grandma who doesn't have the internet.
It was Teen Mom MTV. Was that?
I think it's like Teen Mom OG or something specifically.
Okay, because I was gonna say, is that the only things that got them ratings in the last 20 some years since they got rid of music videos?
You mean since TRL went off the air? Yeah.
They keep going back to the
I was there. Don't quote the deep magic to me. I was there on that last sad day. Okay. When Mariah Carey showed up acting crazy and erratic, I was there.
Oh my! You have to pin that down. Which day was she crazy? Yeah, I remember turning on TRL. Yeah, watching Jenny McCarthy. Then she got a day over 30, so they brought in Carmen Electra. I remember.
Misogyny, ageism. It's just
the 90s.
It didn't go away, but it was peak.
Oh
time for that. Do you know that the original name of the crow was Angry Angel?
Oh.
James Barr, what are you doing? What are you doing? That is so unserious. I'm sorry. Could you imagine?
I wonder, was it an editor who was like, nah, maybe we need to change that?
I read this, I was like, that's gotta be a joke. And somebody tell me if that's true, because I feel like that can't be true. Unless he was going a really, really different route for the crow originally.
Yeah.
Unless he was going for like Dilbert, but make it edgy.
Oh, unless they were going to play more into like the heaven angle or something.
Yeah, which I think is what the TV show implies. Is what they were going for, Stairway to Heaven, and I'm just like, babes, I guess you couldn't use Highway to Heaven.
Oh,
rest in peace, Michael Landon.
I was gonna say they kind of keep it, they kind of keep it vague in the movie. You know, it's like it's
that was a thing that they did back then.
Yeah.
I kind of prefer it that way.
No,
Not kowtowing to China to not include like spirituality and religion and stuff, but like just keep it vague, keep it loose.
But no, it's nice. It's because it's like, you know, it basically could work for anyone's belief.
Exactly. And like a lot of people again need specificity, and I'm just like, ugh, don't be that person.
Just headcanon it that whatever you believe, that's what it is. You know.
Exactly. Thank you.
I think that's why
it's simple, but it works. That's my whole point. Like I think people just want to get bogged down in the minutia. Sometimes you just want to put on a movie that has an amazing score, looks really good, and has a spooky ooky atmosphere. Like, can't you just let it be? Leave the crow alone.
I mean, is that another thing with modern like movies and TV shows where it's like they kind of spell everything out and it's just
so much, like literally I have a headache from all the anvils hitting me. Like I don't even want to talk about like the last Saw movie, like Saw 10. Like I mean, it's okay. It's better than most of the movies in the tail end of the run. But like they don't trust the audience to be smart. They're like, let me hold your hand, let me guide you.
I heard it's a prequel that takes place between the first and second one.
I wouldn't even say the first and second one. It's more like it's like 0.5. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. It's like kind of before the first one then.
Yeah, it's like kind of like the flashbacks from the first and second one.
Yeah, someone was telling me it's kind of set stuff.
It's just like we just wanted John Kramer. Like, just give us Tobin Bell. We don't care about anybody else, okay? Like, they finally figured out it's like, baby, you can't replace Tobin Bell. Pay that man his money and give us the movies.
I just don't know if it's just like, they feel like they have to explain everything, or two, if it's just like in the age of the cash grab, it's prequels and, it's like, well, let's explain, what happened before day one. And it's like, why?
Yes. Just leave something to the imagination. Some strippers wear pasties for a reason, okay? Imagination.
Oh, my. And again, it's like, explain stuff in a quick monologue. Okay, we don't need to see every second of it. What came
It's kind of like where I'm at the point. It's like, I don't care if it's your first Spider-Man movie. Literally, cultural osmosis. His Uncle Ben died. I don't want to freaking see that scene. I don't want to see Batman's parents dying either, okay?
I was going to say, exactly. Name me someone who doesn't know Batman's parents died.
Exactly.
Batman. My favorite character.
That young
man. I don't think we need an escape from Krypton either from Superman at this point.
Well, we don't need like a half-hour scene at the beginning of the movie. I mean, if you want to shake...
Just a throwaway line.
No, maybe just like during the beginning credits, you just see like a big flash of light in space and something streaking from it. And it's like, okay.
And he lands in the field in Kansas and leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Do it all during the opening credits. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my sensibility, that's probably why I've just been so annoyed with Marvel. It's just like all this preamble to this and that. I'm like, I just want to get back to basics. Like, can just a movie be a movie on its own?
Oh, I heard a theory that Loki season 2 is going to set stuff up for eventually the reboot. I know you were talking about a reboot, the reboot everything.
Well, yeah, somebody said that Disney wanted to do that, so. It was a very like you heard it from multiple sources, but the first person that I heard say that very casually, I believed them, but because they said it so casually, like, this is what Disney should do, and I'm like, they are cash grabby. They probably will do that.
Well, that's the thing. They probably want to bring back like Iron Man and stuff, but Robert Downey's probably like, no, I'm good.
They just listen. They're just gonna keep the mask down. They have his voice. They have his digital likeness from when they de-aged him. They kind of, and this was before that AI contract. So like, I don't know if that gets grandfathered in.
But again,
because they can do Iron Lad that way. I'm just saying.
But again, too, if they reboot, then they recast. It's like, how old was Robert Downey Jr. now and when he started? I mean, you could start with a 20-year-old Tony Stark if you recast.
But I don't think it's gonna be as successful. I think it's gonna crash and burn. And I'm not gonna get rid of my stocks until it's a penny. But like, it is really doing damage to the stock, to the shareholder value for.
I know, but how many times have we rebooted Batman and Spider-Man?
well, we haven't had a truly a truly genuine breakthrough for a Batman movie. Sorry, Bat since Nolan's trilogy and duology, if you really want to be specific.
Well, again, I mean,
and we won't ever have that again.
Oh no!
For Batman specific or any DC character, as far as I'm concerned, until they give Wonder Woman the proper treatment that she deserves.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, and I'm sorry, bots, not really, but it's like, I mean, this all the era of Snyder damaged Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. And this was just such a great walk down memory lane, and it might be nostalgic, but just a simple story. Yes. And you just get to see the revenge. It's just so cathartic. I think that might be what really, when people see this movie, drives them. It's cathartic. Like, you don't have to do it. He's doing it. Yeah, I mean, you can picture your bully or your villain, your personal villain right there, getting the revenge.
And again, I mean, you see, I mean, the guys he goes after, they are not nice people. So it's like, yeah, you don't feel bad. You're like,
no sympathetic villains here, baby. No anti-heroes, just bad guys.
Yes, they kill people, they rape people, yeah, they steal, yes.
Yeah. So that's something that's missing from modern movies for sure.
They swallow live ammunition.
You know, honestly, when I think about The Crow, like when I'm like thinking about the movie in my head, it kind of feels like a fever dream. Like the movie is just so insane.
I know, but it's great.
That's what makes it great. But like just the makeup and like the lines that they say in this movie, like if you quote this movie to anybody that's never seen it, they will lock you up. They will give you a 5150.
Oh no. Oh my God, it's so funny. Like if you go back and watch this, and everyone's effing this and effing that, but look at every time a cop shows up, that's not Ernie Hudson. All the other cops, they go, "What the crap?"
Yeah,
it's so funny. Oh, it was this movie the beginning of the superhero like throws down a lighter or something, and we get the flame emblem on the ground.
Oh yes. I was like, Daredevil, I see you. You better pay Alexis money.
Oh my God, just the T-Bird, because he drives a T-Bird.
Keep it simple, stupid.
I'm not Skank. I'm Skank there. Skank there.
Oh, you got a bad guy named Skank. Like, how perfect is that?
Oh, Skank dead. Yeah, you're right. Whips him out the window. How many times? Skank, Top Dollar, he killed there. Oh, and after the Crow rips out the sister's eyes, she falls too. So, I mean, they threw him out a window. He killed at least 3 of them by throwing them from a height. That's the thing. It's a lot of them died the way they lived.
I just think the cityscape design is just so ingenious. Like, I really enjoy it. It makes it, like, even though it's like a fictionalized version of Detroit, it makes the city feel more alive. Like, a lot of people, like, I know how people just like kind of walking. It's like, say for instance SVU, they're just walking and talking through the city, right? And it's just like, oh, it's just a sidewalk. But like, this feels like the city itself is actually alive in this movie.
Yes.
And that's just something you don't really get. And that's what I mean by like, this has like some of the best atmosphere in a movie.
Yes. And again, 90s flavor. It's been a while since I've seen a good mosh pit.
That's because you're old, Phil. It's fine.
Back in my day, we slammed into each other when we listened to music.
Yeah, mosh pits are a lot more forgiving of a place, rightly so, for the younger generations. Everybody has to decide how they want to mosh, and if you want to mosh gently, that's fine.
It's like a rub down. Back in my day, we broke bones.
Yeah, it got trampled to death.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, like, I think the younger generation has it right. You know, there's a little space where people can just go chill out, get away from the mosh pit.
And chill out.
Well, they're not doing weed in a mosh pit.
You don't know. Got my
They're
card.
doing whippets and other things. That's not the, if you know, you know. If you've ever been around like EDM and like, yeah, Mary Jane is nobody's friend there. They do other things.
I promise you, kids, one day we're going to get an episode on the Lilith Hellfire Las Vegas vacation. I promise you.
Phil, don't go lying to the kids.
I'm going to try.
It was really funny because I was my friend was joking. Like, we were talking about something, and they were like, "Oh wait, let me check my NDA file. Can I even talk about this?" It's like, I think most of mine expire like 2029 or something like that.
Oh, really?
I'm sure. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I probably won't be talking about that for a long time.
Oh my, oh my.
But yeah, it's kind of really funny because of what I used to do for work. I used to have to sign a lot of NDAs. So
so it's things not to talk about. I was going to say, who are you sleeping with? It's like you signed an NDA.
Actually, just for funsies, if you want to, just life pro tip, if you want to seem like a little like mysterious, just make your one night stand sign an NDA. Just give them a story. Give them a story.
Oh my lord. Oh my god, are you famous somehow, some way? Because I'm like, she doesn't use her real name on these shows. I'm like,
well, I like anonymity, Philip.
no.
That's what the internet is for. This is what social media people don't understand. I'm not logging in with email with my first and last name attached to it in any shape or form, and I'm not paying you either. So go bankrupt and get bent. You're welcome, Noel. I'm gonna need that as a drop, please.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I haven't said that in 2 decades. It felt good. It felt good, man.
Oh my god, I don't know. I think Noel's about to hit me up for his ringtone. I don't log you with a real name. I don't pay you, so get back.
Little anti late stage capitalism just jumped out, as it always should on Salty and Petty.
Oh my lord! If we hadn't gone with Salty and Petty, this show should have been called The Anti-Capitalist.
Well, you can't really live in America and be an actually anti-capitalist. Like, it just doesn't work that way. It is baked into the foundation of America, unfortunately. That's why nobody can see past like what comes after capitalism. Capitalism doesn't have to be this way, man.
What, you hit and run? Anti-capitalist guerrilla fighters, yes.
I'm saying like bartering and having like family compounds and not like dystopian tech companies buying up all the property to make fucking company towns. We got away from company towns for a reason. It is 2023. Those who fail history are literally doomed to repeat it. Like, wake up, please.
That's right, kids. Bring your wampum and subscribe to our Patreon.
Everybody has to eat and everybody has to pay bills. That is the sick, twisted necessity of living in a capitalist.
No, but I mean, Hollywood was just on strike. Now the auto workers are on strike. I saw some in certain places, certain medical personnel are talking about striking and stuff. So
they didn't strike enough during COVID. Like, sometimes you just gotta let the place burn down to the ground because they don't respect you. I'm just saying. Like, I totally stand with people in the healthcare field. If they gotta do what they gotta do for them, they gotta do what they gotta do for them. Because if you die, that capitalism factor is gonna keep marching on without you like you never even existed. You owe it to yourself to not let them trample over you and make you feel bad and get what you deserve.
I mean, I know people love their entertainment, their movies and TV, and their professional sports and stuff. But I mean,
I'll go back to reading books.
The two professions that should be being paid the most is anybody in the medical profession and teachers. Yes.
Yeah, teachers need to have a national strike for sure. Like,
yes, I mean, you want to know?
I saw a graph, and it was like, how badly underpaid are your teachers? And there's like negative 37%. There was nobody that had zero or had a surplus. Everybody was at least 10% underpaying teachers. They watch your children, and you wonder why some people bang your kids. Wow. That perk somewhere. Just saying.
And again, too, I mean, you wonder
why
they
shouldn't have to DoorDash. They shouldn't have to be coaches unless they want to.
And you wonder why half of society is stupid, and you want to keep.
Well, again, that's capitalism by design. We needed to dumb down the workers so that they could work the factory jobs. Yeah. And now that we're transitioning away from factory jobs and we're doing, I don't even know, like, we have this dystopian side hustle economics. Like, it was literally systematically done. And it's just a frog in the boiling pot situation where now that we're burning to death and looking around, it's too late to jump out of the pot. Unless you just want to burn it down to the ground, which I'm totally down for.
Trust me, there's
The Crow gives revolutionary vibes. That's all I'm saying. Put this movie on to get you in a revolutionary mood. Like, you want your revenge? This is chef's kiss.
Trust me, there's not one teacher from elementary to high school who's not dipping in their own pocket at least a little bit for supplies or whatever.
That is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. We live in a dystopian society, and I wish people would realize it.
I mean, sometimes they get grant money or something. I mean, of course, everyone's fundraising, but yeah, it's
they shouldn't have to. Like,
no.
like I've lived outside of the U.S. I've seen the U.S. from the outside looking in, and it looks insane. Like, trying to explain to people our healthcare system.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, the healthcare. Oh my God, I saw someone there was shared their. I don't know what social media was from, but I think they took a screenshot, but it was like, it must have been an article or something that's like, oh, space hotel set to be functional in 2027 or something. And someone commented underneath and said, all we want is freaking healthcare. You can't give us healthcare.
Well, in order to do that, you're going to have to vote the old fucks out of office.
Yeah, but
you have to make them take a pay cut, and they have to use
but then they get
the worst. They have to use the worst health system available.
I don't care what party you are, but then other old fucks come in.
No. That's what I mean. There needs to be age limits. There needs to be term limits. There needs to be mental cognitive ability tests. And not to be ableist or ageist or anything like that, but like literally the age of retirement is 65 due to, other than Social Security, but like in other countries it is set kind of similarly around the same thing for cognitive function. Just saying.
We keep going off on it.
Why does a president, why is the oldest guy always winning with the exception of like Kennedy and Obama? Be so serious.
Because they think they're knowledgeable.
And Jimmy Carter maybe, because he was younger than Nixon. Yeah. It's
hard
to tell in those pictures, but Jimmy Carter was younger than Nixon.
We keep saying it, but it's like how invested are you if you're going to be dead soon?
That's been the whole thing. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't want somebody whose great granddad literally had a plantation and slaves. Like, they're that close to it. Like, I don't.
Yeah, how about yeah. Again, well, that's the other thing. It's like if it's not an old person, it's a lot of times it's someone whose family's been in politics for 300 years.
That, and that's fine for the most part. That's kind of American cronyism at its finest. But and I shouldn't say this, but AOC, she has good ideas, but also didn't think she was gonna be a congressperson. So she has the takes that she has. I want somebody who's always wanted to do something to be able to change the world. You know what I mean? Not just somebody that just came by at happenstance.
I don't care what side you're on. It's such a show because it's like,
we need more than two parties as well. That's
it's like, oh, look, we elected our first female vice president, but it's like, where's Kamala Harris been the last 4 years?
Oh, I can't make that joke. I'm not allowed to make that joke.
What?
She did turn in a women's health bill. I don't know if it ever got passed, but she does stuff. But the vice president never does anything.
Yeah, but they keep it quiet.
I mean, unless you're Cheney, that was the most active vice president we've ever had in our whole entire history of the country. Because George Bush was a baby.
Was he really? He needed really the vice president? Yeah.
Ooh, the things I could talk about, how we got here.
Oh my!
Yes, it all goes back to Reagan, but even further back, I'm just saying.
Goes back to 1776.
Oh, before that, it goes back to 1492.
Oh! I mean... Happy Columbus Day,
Indigenous Peoples Day, I believe, is what they've changed it to, and rightly so.
Some calendars I see both, so I don't know.
Yeah, I've never celebrated Columbus Day. It used to be a free day off from school. I don't even think the banks close anymore. Because I know I work on Columbus Day. I've worked on Columbus Day working in finance for the last 4 years.
Well, I know Luca's off, but I think they scheduled a teacher in service day because I don't know, maybe they just think some of the parents are off. But yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. But yeah, the Crow gets me all riled up, man. It really does. I bet you.
Fire it up!
I bet you Noel likes this movie. I'd be so disappointed if A, Noel doesn't like this movie, and B, he's never seen this movie.
Yeah. Again, anyone who listens to this, but especially our friends like Noel and Ray and everyone, Justin, you guys, if you haven't seen this, Russell, if you have not seen this, you have to watch it.
and then read the comic.
Yes, but you will not be disappointed with this movie.
So you want to know the crazy thing about the second Crow, right?
Oh, I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you read the comic, then you're like, oh, it is literally the look. Like those first couple of like images that you see in the movie, it gives the comic book.
Yeah.
And I like that, but then it kind of disintegrates from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I like specifically that they're supposed to have cat-like reflexes. It tickles me pink because it's like they're the Crows. Shouldn't they have like avian-based reflexes?
Again, I think it's just a description of the speed level. Like, come on.
I know. I'm just saying. It's like, ooh, so close.
And again, I always think, some of it's got to be psychosomatic too, because if you know whatever damage you take is going to heal up pretty much instantly, aren't you? That pain's going to feel a little less in your head, if you think,
absolutely.
Oh, I could get shot right through the hand, and it's going to, heal right.
It's like in Shazam. Like they're doing the invulnerability test.
Yeah.
At first he's like, "Oh, I'm bulletproof, yeah." Definitely would be my reaction.
I love at the end there when Ernie Hudson's like, he goes, "Here's the plan. You stand in front, and when they run out of ammo, I'll walk in and arrest them." He's like, "That's a good plan," except for he shows him the blood. But you're vulnerable. I was. I'm not now.
Did you know the Crow won an Academy Award for Best Makeup?
Oh, did it? No.
Yeah.
I probably knew it at the time, but yeah. Again, I love this movie, but it's like, did they have to give it something because, he did die making this thing?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
like
I said, when you look at the movies that are nominated, like I totally see, like I said, this really sets the scene and sucks you into the movie so much. Like, it's just not too many movies have done that.
Yes.
Previously or since, like I said, when you open the film and you see this and you're just like, I think that's why like it's so like the shocking thing that happens at the beginning, you're just like, what? And then it sucks you in. It's like, oh no, we're on a ride, baby.
Oh yeah.
And it's just the whole aesthetic of the movie, from the makeup to the wardrobe to the sound design, all of that. It just everything works in tandem together to really like sell it.
And it teaches you life lessons. Remember, kids, no onions on your hot dog. They make you fart big time.
See, that's just if you're a gassy person, though. What you do is you grab yourself some Beano, right? Because, listen, as a person who loves onions on their chili cheese dogs and sauerkraut to boot, not true.
Are you putting the mustard on the bottom like Ernie Hudson?
No mustard, ketchup only.
Ah, yes. Agreed.
I am not a mustard person.
Neither am I.
Honey mustard on certain places nuggets because it kills the taste of their nuggets.
Yeah.
I won't say. Well, I'll say because they'll never sponsor us because I don't want them to sponsor us. I only care about the Yum brands. So I'll say it. It's Checkers / Rallies. Terrible nuggets.
We don't have any around here, so yeah, I have no idea.
Terrible. The honey mustard is the only thing that makes it taste somewhat decent. They're the place that's known for like their seasoned fries.
Okay.
It has like the little checker flag if you've ever been like driving around.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it should be Rallies up north near you, but it's like Checkers down by Florida. Like I think once you get past Indiana or something like that.
Remember, kids, Lilith wants she wants us sponsored by Five Guys. Hell.
Maybe for Luca, but like honestly, if Taco Bell or KFC, a Yum brands because Mountain Dew. You got to remember, I am a Mountain Dew girly. I need Livewire year round. That is my only request.
Exactly.
Livewire is Mountain Dew and orange juice basically, and this is the best flavor of Mountain Dew. And I will die on that hill. Russell, shut up.
Oh.
Second best is Code Red. I'll give you that.
No, I invented that, you dick.
But anyway, I digress. I don't know. This just movie, I don't know what it does. It just has this secret little mix that just makes it a really good movie. And I think most people are probably going to be familiar with the 102 runtime, but if you can track down, if you ever see it in like a DVD bin at Walmart or Target, look on the back and it'll tell you the runtime. 122 minutes. If you can find it, totally worth it. the extra scenes really work.
So yeah, kids, check it out. Like I said, you can find it pretty cheaply on Amazon stuff, the Blu-ray and everything. So, and it's
No
streaming.
reason to not see it.
And it's streaming on PP Plus.
PP Plus. Although, honestly, I promise you, I don't know that many people that have Paramount Plus. Like, I talk about like the shows on Paramount. Honestly, dear Paramount, you should sponsor us. Like you should.
Well, yeah. Oh, again, I don't think anyone has it unless there's something there on there they want to watch, like Star Trek or.
Yeah, Star Trek. Anything with the Kevin Costner universe, Yellowstone. Yeah. Well, I don't think they renewed Kiefer Sutherland's Rabbit Hole, but he had a whole thing. They have like all the old MTV stuff, like Daria and
Beavis and Butthead, the new stuff on there. Yeah,
they do the South Park streaming specials. I actually watch it more than I watch Max. More than I literally. This is like my first. I'm gonna be real, like because Maz chose Loki season 2 to do for full stream ahead.
Oh.
As the next show, this is literally gonna be the first time that I've used Disney Plus since I've had it back in like whenever it came out.
Wow.
I use it for Hulu, but not Disney Plus. Like I literally never watched anything on Disney Plus. And that's not me being petty. It's just like literally nothing on there for me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, just take it easy.
You know what? No, I turned on the interface. I hated the interface. I was just like, this is stupid. I don't want it.
Well, just take it easy on the kids. It'll be the first Marvel thing he's done since Charlie passed. So.
I know. He was excited for it, so I was just like, okay. So like, I'm getting caught up on Loki, and I'm just like,
yeah, because I think they did the first season. Yeah.
Yeah, they did, and so I'm like, I don't know. All I know is Time Variant Authority. That's all. I know the memes. I know the crocodile meme. That's it. So like, I literally have to like watch it tomorrow. Like, well, tonight and tomorrow. And see what I can come up with. I mean, I like Tom Hiddleston, so it shouldn't be that bad.
Owen Wilson's in there.
Yeah. Maz loves Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. So don't forget to check out Full Stream Ahead.
That's right, kids.
And for your Marvel fix, anyway, we did Sorry to Bother You. Sorry. I'm a Virgo from Boots Valley who did Sorry to Bother You. And then before that, we did Poker Face. Well, we finished out Poker Face. So we're just kind of all over the place, but we're back in our Marvel thing. So come suffer with me, I guess.
Oh! You know what? That'll be an interesting review though, because it's like he won't have a sycophant like Charlie Esser on there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, if it's bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
I mean, sometimes I think it's better if you have people with differing opinions. You'll get both sides of the argument here, kids. So.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not gonna go out of my way to be like, oh, it's Marvel and it sucks, but no, because some stuff from Marvel's good. And like I said, I heard good things about Loki. I just wasn't in the ecosystem at the time. So
yeah.
Looking forward to it.
All right, let's get out of here. I have another movie to review.
We have a whole nother movie review to do and some technical issues to work out.
Exactly. All right, kids. So, yes. So send us your thoughts on The Crow. And next time we'll be covering what's new in Spawn Comics. So we'll do that. And then for your last episode of Spooky Season, we'll be doing this our episode on the Spawn HBO animated series. So
yeah.
It's been a minute since I watched that again, so I'll have to pop those DVDs in. And
I just want to say, I think I kind of want to go out being impaled on a gargoyle. I think that's appropriate.
Yeah, but I thought the other way to take you out was a wooden stake through the heart.
What heart?
Oh, that's true. Oh, no, decapitation, I guess.
Sunlight. Kill it with fire.
Decapitator, burn the body, spread the ashes. Oh yes, and then of course in the first week of November we're going to cover the Continental, the 3-episode miniseries there. So
all 90 minutes long. Strap in, Phil. I just finished yesterday night because that was the premiere of the 3rd one or whatever. So
yeah, as we get closer, I'll start watching those as we get closer to that.
Remember, like I said, 90 minutes. Don't let it sneak up.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'll do like maybe one day. Yeah. I'm not gonna do it all one day, but. All right, kids. So send us your thoughts, especially you, Noel. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things. You didn't stop me. SaltyandPetty69 at gmail.com.
old man.
You're well, you're the young one. What's your excuse?
Alcohol and marijuana.
That's always your excuse.
It's always applicable. What do you want?
What's your blood type? Well, she just told you, kids. All right, so. And again, yes, find all things.
Johnny Walker Blue.
Oh! Johnny Walker Blue, the positive. All right, so find episodes, social media, merchandise, and the Patreon, where this month of October, the episode will be ranking the famous Scream Queens, so for your Halloween season. So find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right, Undead Avenger, where can people find you on social media?
If you guys want to hang out with me, you can friend me on Facebook, Lilith Hellfire, or you can find me on Threads/Instagram at your favorite internet granny. That's GRANNIE. Either do the 6 or do the 9. Pulling to the hold on principle. Don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for guns and penises. Perfect. Actually, it kind of works.
Or Detroit.
It's all rape and murder. The real Gotham.
Oh!
Suck it, Jersey.
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us for the triumphant return of Salty and Petty. Again, you'll be getting some Spawn next 2 weeks, comics and the animated series, and then we'll get to the Continental. Boy, everything here is like on this show is murder or socialism, rants, and murder.
All right, we're changing the title.
Oh yeah, I think we might have to. All right.
Can't rain all the time.
Perfect.